You've written a number of books. How many books will it make that you've written and published, and how has your writing changed over time?
Will either be my 14th or 15th published book, depending on whether or not you count the book I wrote about the first 50 years of the Marilla Opera program, which I would count. So in that case, it's my 15th book, which is hard to believe. I think my books, hopefully hopefully I've gained some experience and skill as a writer over the course of my writing. I think my books from the beginning have always involved hints of mystery, involved with romance, involved with history, but I think the balance has shifted. I think, for one thing, because I was writing genre romances at first, when I co-wrote with my mom, and then when I wrote on my own, the love story was more predominant, I think, and I think often, because I was interested in the mystery, I think the mystery often got to where it was taking up more and more space. I think now that I write historical suspense, that I'm able to allow the mystery to take more space. So I think that the balance between mystery and romance has shifted more in the favor of mystery. I think there's definitely more and more real history in my books. Particularly, I think in this one, it's quite a jump in that way because it does involve so many real people and real events. But I think even in my later books, in Beneath the Silent Moon and Secrets of a Lady, and even my later historical romances, is more history. Although even some of my regencies, my mom's and my third regency, involved the divorce trial of Queen Caroline. So I've always at times used real historical events. But I think also my books have a tone that's a bit more. I think the endings don't have to be quite as neat and tidy now that they're not romances. So I think my books have a tone that's somewhat, I don't quite know how to put it. Certainly, I think I'm able to have perhaps more ambiguity in the books, both in terms of what the characters do and in terms of how things are resolved than I was at first. And I think that may be partly me getting older and partly a function of, like I said, of not writing romances anymore and not writing within that genre.